Okay. So that's how it begins. Again,
Here we go.
bathroom, pantry, laundry room, and kitchen.
And powder room.
Let's go.
Okay, so here we have a double vanity. We put a bank of drawers in the middle with two sinks left and right of that. We try to maximize storage space. It's quite tight bathroom. It's not the largest space, but we wanted to make sure that in terms of storage it gets the best for about a 6-foot vanity that it can get. And this is our guest bathroom, and in the master suite we have the double vanity as well, which is pretty much the same configuration since it's a very similar layout overall of the bathroom. So here we have kitchen, back wall, beautiful island, gorgeous oak stained cabinetry, walk-in pantry right here, laundry room where we're going to have some lower cabinetry with the machines on this side, and some upper storage with a couple of floating shelves to the side. And then on the opposite side of this we have a nice powder room where we have a little vanity on some very cute legs.
Should be just the boxes. We're gonna do boxes with the drawer boxes, but no finishings. We're gonna wait for the countertop to be installed, backsplash, and then we're coming with the front. So just to make everything move ahead a little bit faster, putting the boxes, getting the counters in, and then, hey, what is this? This is my interview. The king is back. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 cabinets.
Easy breezy, lemon squeezy.
just a power nap. Fridge there. Upper cabinets, the hood is pretty much in the middle there. Upper cabinets again. Everything flows because it's been designed by the same people, manufactured by the same crew, and installed by the same crew. You're gonna see now clear difference when we're gonna come and the job is gonna be almost completed, everything done for the people almost to move in. You're gonna see the difference in the walk-in closet that we have here. And you can get a snippet of the walk-in closet that's built by somebody else, and it's a built-in builder grade standard walk-in closet compared to what we have done in the past. Yeah, 9/16. So I'm just gonna put it from here somewhere on. So we're putting the key on the wall, perfectly leveled, horizontal. We make sure that it's somewhat, it doesn't have to be perfect, but somewhat straight on this plane so that it doesn't follow the waviness of the wall. And then we hook the cabinets onto it. We always start with blazer is the first thing. Measure the floor, and if we have appliances, we always gonna start the level at the highest point, assuring that all the appliances go in. Because if I were to start, for example, fridge goes on this side. This is higher, this side. If I were to start here, I'm going to end up with the cabinets being too low on that side. And if I were to have appliances, they're not going to go in. So you always, or we always start from the highest point. If you have to fit side panels or spacers, they're always made larger, right? Like plus 2 extra inches. But if it's too short, your appliances are not going to fit, and then you're screwed. Or, no, let's find the stud first, and we're going to put the joint in the stud. Keep this
Above the line.
so that when you make the mark, we're gonna see it even over the
the
cabinet.
bottom.
This is the top of the key. So the
But
top,
we want to see the, okay.
and then the cabinets have from the top of the cutout for the key is at 3 inches from the top of the cabinet.
Okay.
So if you make the mark here, you're gonna see where the stud is even after you have put the cabinet on the key.
Gotcha.
If you put the mark here, you put the key, and then you're not gonna see the cabinet anymore. So now we're gonna get the distance from the top of this key to the bottom of the upper key. So now if I follow the plans are giving me the height from the floor to the top of the key. But me, I need now the distance from that key to the bottom of the upper key. Because I don't want to measure from the floor again. Because I might not put the measuring tape in exactly the same spot. And since we know that the floor is slightly off, I want to make sure that the key is as precise as possible. Can you see the screen?
Uh-huh.
If I position the key in the right place, I don't even have to measure the backsplash. The height of the backsplash, which is very important in the design, will be automatically respected if the distance in between the two keys, the one at the bottom of the cabinet, or the bottom cabinet, right there, from the top of it to the bottom of the top key. I have 76 3/4. I don't even have to measure the height of the backsplash anymore. Because the cabinets were cut using this file, the key is installed as per the measurements there, I don't have to do any math. So that's why it's, for me, like I prefer working with the actual plans on site. I get my answers to whatever questions I might have instantly. And 3/4, but the key is 3 7/8. So it means that I have to do it 76 7/8 actually. First cabinet.